What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Brandon back with another we have another rig build today. This one has not sold yet. I thought I had a buyer for it, so we already talked about the specs and kind of talked through everything, and then they backed out on me, so I guess I'm just going to be building it and throwing it up on eBay again. So the eBay link will be down below in the description, but let me flip it around and show you the specs, show you what we're working with. Alright, so starting off with the processor, we're going with a Intel Core i5, and this is the 3570S. So good little quad core, 4-thread processor. We're going with a pretty OEM style board. It's an Intel desktop board. Nothing special there, only 2 RAM slots. And speaking of the RAM, we're going with 2 4GB 1333 megahertz DDR3 RAM. It's going to be running on a SSD, a 120 gig SSD, and Intel stock cooler on top of the chip. Nothing special there. As for graphics horsepower, we're going to be running a XFX RX 570, and I believe this is a RX 570 4GB model. Let's see here. Is that 4 gig? Yes. This is actually the XFX RX 570 overclock 4GB model. So very cool stuff there. It's all going in a very plain Rosewill case, nothing special, but he wanted a little bit smaller form factor. Going with the small form factor motherboard into the case, powered by a 500 watt EVGA 80 plus rated power supply. So we got some solid parts going into here. A little bit more budget oriented because the gentleman didn't want to spend a ton of money but wanted to have an Intel specific build. So it looks like, I'm not sure how the pricing is going to work out on this. Just click the eBay link down below in the description to check it out. If it's already sold, then I will have the price at the end of the video. So let's get to popping this thing together, and hopefully this won't have any issues playing modern games and also making a little money doing a little mining. First on the list for benchmarking was Cinebench to see how the CPU did, and it held up its own. It did, I believe, a 479, almost identical or right under a Ryzen 3 1200. Next on the list is to see how well it would actually do mining. On the CPU, we're getting about 120 hashes on Kryptonite R, The GPU is doing about 28, almost 29 mega hash on Ethereum, well, Ethereum Classic. Daily estimated earnings right now about 52 cents using Kudo Miner. And let me roll this page down a little bit to show you that it is a Radeon RX 574 gig, 100% usage, running at 55 degrees Celsius, core clock at 1286, memory clock at 1950, using 112 watts. And last but not least, we had to load up some Apex Legends. Went ahead and just let it go to the recommended specs, which was 1080, and I believe it was running at mostly high settings, but there was a couple medium settings. Being that this graphics card's only 4 gigs of VRAM, it did set it to medium, which is 4 gigs of VRAM. I think high for this game is 6 gigs, but still running relatively, actually very smooth. I was expecting to maybe have to turn a little bit down, just knowing that this is a Core i5 from an older generation, but I don't think we actually had any problems keeping 60 plus FPS at 1080. Definitely playable. This is how I play. I don't play at super high refresh rate. You could probably come down to full medium settings and get some higher FPS if you are a high refresh rate player, but my monitor only displays in 60 hertz, so it wouldn't actually help me out any at all. But I'm gonna go ahead and let the rest of this footage play out. And I had a pretty good random team this match. They actually were doing a lot better than me, but still had some fun. And yeah, if you want to catch me on Apex Legends, or if you have any comments or questions, if you want to get your own custom build done, this was originally for someone, but they just ran into a money issue, so that's why I'm selling this one on eBay. I always have a couple of them jumping around here or there, so just contact me, email me. My email is down below in the description. Thank you guys for watching. This is Brandon, and I will see you next time. Adios.
I don't deny there's some strange evolutionary process going on, but mankind won't be destroyed. The fact that you and I are working here today is evidence of that.